All this action from the SuperGP Championship Trophy at Red Star Raceway is proudly brought to you by Dio. Welcome to the Facebook viewers all around the world. Looking forward to our very first race of the Super 600 category. The Brat Pack, as we like to call them, and arguably the most exciting racing in the country at the moment comes out of this class. We have got almost 30 riders on the grid, and we've got some absolutely amazing riders that are going to go and do battle out here as they all start to do their little practice starts here. We saw the High-Tech Elements Kawasaki rider, Byron Bester. He's on the front row, his teammate down in 11th place, and there goes Luke McGregor into turn one. Rob Portman's down on the grid though. He's going to catch up with Adolf Boshoff. Of course, he was original champion in this class last year. Big crash has cost him a few races, and Hayden Jonas has taken his ride in the portable shade, and Nassus and My Way Racing Yamaha team. Rob, let's find out what Adolf has to say.
Thanks, Greg. Here with our Super 600 champion, unfortunately still out. It's been a couple of races, so Adolf, just tell us injury update and when are you going to be back on a bike?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing the doctor on Tuesday and hoping for good results. I'll maybe be back for Daisy. I'm really looking keen. The team's been working hard, and yeah, maybe there's good news to come.
And Hayden looking good out on your bike. Not quite on the pace of Stephen, but certainly the dice for second and third place, maybe even the top 5, is going to be interesting.
Yeah, for sure. He's doing a good job. The field's packed, and yeah, we're hoping for good racing. Super 600s always bring good racing, and yeah, rates are lacquer.
Well, there we go, Dolph Boshoff. Hopefully have him back for Desi Raceway with that #1 plate as we wait for the riders now to line up on the grid. You can see all the team, the pit crew and everyone waiting with the tyre warmers and the stands, and we're about to go live racing with the Super 600s. On pole position, of course, is Stephen Undal, the man to beat. In second place, Hayden Jonas, the debutant for Adolf Boshoff, of course. And in third place, first time on the front row of the grid here, a local favorite is Byron Bester on the High-Tech Elements machine, so watch out for that. Also throw in the likes of Jesse Boshoff. Of course, we've got Dion Nelson on the Hygienica Lacquer Racing machine. There are so many fast riders that are going to be dicing for their top 5. Luke McGregor, also part of the High-Tech Elements racing team stable, another rider to watch out for as they line up on the grid now. So we're going to wait and see which of the riders we can catch up with. One of the riders that has had terrible luck so far has been Blaze Baker on that Suzuki, struggling with the electronics on that bike, and qualified a little bit further down that he'll want to be on that #2 Suzuki. So we're going to go catch up with him now any second.
Rob, while you go and have a quick find out what's happening with those Suzuki riders and Yamaha riders and Kawasaki riders. Oh, what a field of riders out there to have some fun and games today here at Super GP Round 4 at the Red Star Raceway. And man, if you've wanted to see some exciting racing, you've come to the right place. If you're not here yet, you've still got time to get here. Unfortunately, you won't be able to capitalize on the Tin Run Tour free entry by bringing a can of food in, because it's now past 10 o'clock. But it's only $100 to get in here, and if your kids are under 12, they get in for free. So make sure that you're heading out towards Delmas. It's about 65, 70 Ks outside of Joburg, and you can have an absolutely epic day's racing here with the likes of the top riders in the country and some of them in the world, because we do have a Moto2 World Champion who is on pole position there on the Petra Racing Yamaha, Stephen Odendahl. Rob Portman is standing by though. Let's get back to him on the grid.
Thanks, Greg. On the grid here with Blaze Baker. Blaze, a terrible Friday practice and qualifying. You're a little bit further down than you want to be. Last time out at Red Star, you were challenging for that win. So what's the game plan?
You know, I've definitely had one of the most difficult weekends of my life. So I'm looking for the best start I can ever get, and let's try to repeat what happened here at the end of last year. You know, coming right through to the front again and battling for a good position on the podium.
And we know that the tyre wear here is so important. It's a long race here at Red Star Raceway with all the turns, and you're on the side wall of the tyre for so long. Is it take it easy for the first couple of laps and maybe attack towards the end, or is it just try and hang with Stephen and Byron and Hayden out front?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
just hang cable there from Blaze Baker. Looking just ahead of him, we've got Jesse Boshoff, oh so close to that first podium last time out at Swartkops. Unfortunately, the weather conditions there not playing. And of course, Byron Bester, we're going to go catch up with him. First time on the front row of the grid for the high-tech Elements machine. I'm going to ask his beautiful umbrella girl just to move up slightly. No, stay close to me. You can. I don't bite. I'm married and I have a beautiful baby, so don't worry. Byron, first time on the front row of the grid. Great pace yesterday in practice. The game plan's got to be to get that first podium.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a bit nervous. You know, it's first time on the front row, so yeah. But other than that, I'm out here to have some fun and, you know, try and win the podium or get a third, you know. So.
Well, Byron Bester going to do everything he can there. Right, we're about ready to go racing. Wally's giving me like nice big eyes, just telling me to get off the grid. So I will get off the grid. We're going to go live racing now with the first race of the Super 600s. Let's go. Thanks. Back to Greg now. And
Yeah, it just throws me in the loop there. Hey, don't even worry whether I'm ready or not. Yes, Rob, I'm actually ready for you, so you can come back to me. It's not a problem. Thank you, Rob Portman, down on the grid. They're getting us all the insight from riders that look fired up and a couple that look a little bit nervous. Remember, Byron Bester is our outgoing regional 600cc champion from last year, so he knows what it is and knows what it takes to win races on that high-tech Elements, Grange, Workwear, and Armadillo Concepts Kawasaki. But he does have a big task ahead of him. Now, I don't know, and Robert will probably come and agree with me as he heads into pit lane and back to our commentary booth in the very near future. If anybody's got the pace to run with Odendaal, he has just been unbelievably quick here this weekend. But the battle for second is certainly going to heat up. You've got a youngster that has stepped up into a factory racing team on the My Way Yamaha team in the form of Hayden Jonas from Cape Town, and the championship leader. Remember, he has the most points this season overall on that My Way machine. But alongside him, as I mentioned, Byron Bester. Behind him is that guy. And what a run from Jesse Boshoff this year. He hasn't picked up a factory ride. He is basically going race by race, trying to find money to go racing. There's another youngster we need to keep an eye on as well. Luke McGregor, second of the high-tech Element. Kawasaki's there. And his best and fastest lap ever done around the circuit was in qualifying. So Odendaal is the man to catch. Blaze Baker definitely wants to go. Now, if Byron Bester and Hayden Jonas and Blaze Baker get together, they can probably just stick behind Stephen Odendaal, if not give him a run for his money. Odendaal, I think, has got other plans, though. I think he's going to check out and go and get the hotel bill early so they can head off to some more international duties in the very near future. But as we run through the field, William Friend's in there. You've got
Aiden
Jesse Boshoff, Aiden Liebenberg. I mean, there's just names that anybody can win yet, and there's a whole bunch of them that have already been on podiums this year, Rob.
Yep. No, this battle is going to be intense. Like you said, I think Steven's got the pace to run away with it, but that battle from second down to about fifth or sixth even, I think is going to be all-out war. Hayden Jonas, for his championship, needs to consolidate as many points. He needs a podium. Remember, he hasn't done that many laps compared to all his competitors around Red Star. Remember, he's the king of Cape Town. We know that. But I think it's his second time at Red Star Raceway, so doing an incredible job to put it second on the grid. But like you said, the likes of Byron Bester, William Friend, we know the pace that William Friend's got, and it's time to shine. He's on a great bike with Uncle Andy Suzuki now. We know he's got the talent. Remember, he's won a championship already, the RC390.
Super Junior champion.
So it's time to shine now. Blaze Baker's got a point to prove with all the problems that they've had on that bike. Spoke to the team, and it looks like they may have sorted that bike out. I just worry they've gone to a very base setting with the electronics. I just hope that he's still got the horsepower that we know that Suzuki can produce to battle for that podium. But certainly, speaking to Byron Bester on the grid there, I don't know if you picked it up, but certainly the nerves are there for sure. So
I was saying on your way in as you're jogging in, just to say, you know, that there are some very fired up riders in terms of Blaze Baker and what he wants to do and what he needs to do. There's probably a consolidated rider in that My Way Yamaha of Jonas. There is a potential race winner in Odendaal, but there is definitely some nerves out there. But I was also saying, Byron Bester's been here.
Yeah.
He's won championships. He's won the 250 Cup Championship. He went straight back-to-back with the Super 600 Regional Championship.
Yep.
So he knows what it is and what it takes to win races. However, when you step up to Super 600 full national championship status,
it's a different game.
Whole nother ball game, particularly for the first time on the front row. And what a grid we've got there. Have a look at that. Odendaal, Jonas, Bester.
We haven't even mentioned Malcolm Rudman.
Rudman's there.
Dino Bambino.
Bambino's there as well.
Him.
McGregor's there. Oh, we're in
Dion Nelson.
Dion Nelson. Lekker Racing.
Liebenberg.
It's all good. Okay, stand by for a Bellissimo or Bellimo Petro Racing Yamaha start.
Here we go.
As we're about to go racing here for Super 600s. It's a great start coming out of Pooch. On his tail is Hayden Jonas, but look at Blaze Baker. Come along, Suzuki, and around the outside goes that guy. So unfortunately, Byron Bester caught out as Rudman sneaks up his inside, and he loses 4 or 5 positions. From 3rd place, he drops down to 7th. So Bester's a little bit of nerves, just got in the way there, but he goes side by side with the Kawasaki in the background, and 2 Kawas down into turn 4 for the first time. It's a Yamaha leading the Suzuki down into turn 4, and some pressure being applied to Hayden Jonas, championship leader, by that guy, Jesse Boshoff, and around his outside comes the fur core machine of Liebenberg.
Yeah, we know how fast Aiden Liebenberg is around Red Star as well. You could see Steven Undal already starting to pull a little bit of a gap. Great start from Blaze Baker. That's where he belongs. Hayden Jonas, with a little bit of a moment, Hayden Jonas out of the seat. So he very lucky to stay on that My Way bike there. Little bit of a moment. Cold tires maybe, trying to hang with Blaze Baker and get ahead of him to hang with Steven Undal. And I think that maybe just woke him up a bit to say, right, consolidate. I need to just get the championship points. But if he looks behind him, he's got a gaggle of Kawasaki riders that are coming.
Consolidate what? You've got 4 Kawasaki's on your tailpiece.
Yeah,
there's no consolidation coming. It's ride for your life here. And you're going to have to do it my way, because there's no doubt about it as they come up the short straight. Here comes Rudman and Bester side by side. Up the inside goes Liebenberg. He had a look, but couldn't quite make it stick. But Rudman definitely made it stick, and Bester gets the motor down 1 position there on the High-Tech Elements Kawasaki. So Byron Bester, 3rd place on the grid, down in 7th or 8th at the moment, with a bit of pressure coming from behind in the form of Dion Nelson, and the second of the Suzukis there, William Friend. Good start there from William Friend. Great start from Blaze Baker. But as we mentioned, I think the fight is going to be for 2nd place.
Yeah, and remember, like I said on the grid, it's a long race, so tyre wear and tyre conservation, it's what it's all about. Dion Nelson now coming back into the mix there on the Hygienica Lacquer Racing machine, just behind Byron Bester there. Byron, I think, just a little bit ruffled, needs to get himself just settled. Remember, he raced overseas in the EJC, so he knows how to bash bars. A little bit of nerves there, but he just needs to settle himself down. Steven Undal has checked out a 2:07 from a standing start. Yeah. That is an incredible 2 seconds faster than anyone.
Sorry to jump in there. Have a look at Liebenberg. And here comes Rudman. So we got the Silver Dream Racer, the yellow Kawasaki, the green Kawasaki, the yellow and green and white Kawasaki, all fighting behind a pink Yamaha.
And a yellow and blue Suzuki.
Wow. Yeah, very much.
And here's another yellow and blue Suzuki out of the slipstream there.
Uncle Andy's X-Star style racing colours there on that Suzuki of Blaze Baker, but it is a battle for second, what we expected. Hayden Jonas all over the back here of Blaze Baker. Baker hanging on for now. He had a super start.
Yeah.
The Suzukis are renowned for getting off the line very well. We knew that from Steven Lundal's days, and of course when Darren Binder was on his Suzuki here, he was on the Liqui-Moly sponsored machine. Not Liqui-Moly, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Oil.
Indy Oil. I knew there was some kind of lubricant involved. So yes, Indy Oil.
There always is with Darren.
Yes, exactly. And hopefully they're watching overseas and listening to us as well. They always tune in. The Binder boys doing a great job in their respective classes in the MotoGP.
I'm sure they would want to be here right now, because this is Moto 3 style.
Exactly. This is what it's all about. When we see how many riders, there were 9-10 riders in Moto 3 last weekend.
Look at this.
And as they head down the short straight, we've got 5, 6, 7 riders all involved in the battle for second place here. Steven Undal, class of his own.
Chris Pate will be happy with this, because it's just literally Kawasaki's everywhere.
I hope he's watching this, because he was watching last time, and actually commented on the fact that we kind of got a few things right on the racing. So Chris, if you're there, great to see your Kawasaki's flying the flag higher, and not too far off the back end as well. Remember, we also got a Triumph from KMSA thrown in the mix there with Staffen. Now Brandon Staffen, remember, he's still recovering from a couple of crashes. It's all a head game for him right now. He just wants to get his head right. Once that's right, he'll definitely be back in the front end battle here, where we're seeing these 7 riders fight it out.
A good ride from Kevin Redmond. He's in 10th, just behind William Friend. But look at this battle. Jesse Boshoff, Aiden Liebenberg, Hayden Jonas, Blaze Baker, Malcolm Rudman. Who is that? Is that Dion Nelson? It looks like we may have lost Byron Bester. Trying to see where Byron's dropped back.
Byron's gone missing. Byron Bester's made a mistake somewhere. We'll hopefully be able to pick that up. Maybe our camera guys can pick up on where that number 12 High-Tech Elements Kawasaki's gone. So the man in 3rd place on the front row didn't quite go according to plan on the start, and looks like he's made a mistake somewhere else on circuit. There's your leader. Look at the gap he's pulled already.
Hayden Jonas got a problem with his transponder, because he's dropped down to 15th on the timing screen, but on screen we can see that he's very much still in 3rd place there, challenging Blaze Baker for that 2nd position on the podium. And just behind him, like we said, it's a gaggle of Kawasaki riders with Dion Nelson. This is a great ride from Dion Nelson. We haven't seen him up at the front end of the field. Remember, making the switch from the Triumph last year to that Lacquer Racing Hygienica stable this year on the Yamaha. And William Friend up where he belongs. A little bit wide there from Hayden Jonas going into the dog bones. So big mistake. Malcolm Rudman shoves it on the inside of Jesse Boshoff.
Bossov won't take lightly to that. He'll come straight back at him. Remember, Jesse Bossov likes to throw it in, and we've already seen action between those two riders in East London. They came together in Beacon Corner. Liebenberg just missing the two of them and actually being gifted the podium by that crash. But now, have a look at this. It's every color of the rainbow. It's every motorcycle except for a Honda, and they're all fighting hard here for second place. This is what Super GP is all about. This is what Super 600s brings to the table every time we go racing.
And Aiden Liebenberg on that yellow bike, he's doing what he's done this whole season. He just kind of sneaks his way in there. All of a sudden, there's this bright yellow Furcore construction motorcycle there. Shop 74, Wayne doing a great job at preparing that bike. Remember, their rider in the Super GP class is on pole position. As up the inside goes Malcolm Rudman. Oh, Malcolm Rudman is on a mission.
Not holding back, eh? Rudman wants at his good friend and fellow banana boy. And he's only one rider ahead of him right now. So the Cape Town-based rider, Hayden Jonas, on that Maui Yamaha is in trouble. Rudman is coming. Rudman is all over the back and looking for a way through now as he gets to the front end of that second pack in this second place battle as they head across the line. Once again, super stuff. Byron Best is still on track by the looks of things, but he's made a mistake. Maybe ran wide at the bottom of the straight. I would say probably at the end of that N12 highway is where he got it wrong. Here were a few times that we've seen riders just run ever so slightly late on the brakes, can't quite make the turn, sit it up and just run into the cow paddock at the bottom.
Stephen Undal's in this race.
Just to let you know, Rob, Stephen Undal is still leading on the Petra Racing Yamaha.
Yeah, he is
into the 56 deads now. He's 55.6 on lap 2. Was the fastest lap of the race so far. So clearly 2-3 second advantage of everyone else on track. The battle's for second.
Well, he would want to get away from this because when he watches this later on tonight, he's going to see this battle that's going on for the final podium positions. It's incredible, and he'll be glad that he's out front by miles because look at that train of bikes. It's Baker, Jonas, Rudman, Liebenberg, Jesse Bossov as close as that. Just behind them.
Oh, a massive moment there for Hayden Jonas. Sorry to jump in. That was huge. He was out the saddle, and Rudman's going to capitalize on it. He bombs him up the inside and into the hairpin. He's got him. So Rudman up to third place now. A huge moment for our championship leader.
Not the first time.
Yo, that back tire is starting to feel the pressure being applied here. Jonas tries to come back at him. Oh, the kid is all over the back of Rudman. Rudman now under pressure. This is just chopping and changing. And once again, the man in the best seat in the house is Liebenberg, waiting for something to go wrong there between Rudman and potentially, well, it's not Bossov this time. Now it's Jonas.
And look at William Friend. He's now closing onto the back end of Jesse Bossov. But Hayden Jonas been out of the seat a couple of times, so not the setup that he would have wanted. Maybe not getting enough heat in the tire or running the harder tire pressure, which is maybe a little bit too hard. You could see having a couple of problems there is Hayden Jonas. Our championship leader not having it all his own way. Aiden Liebenberg now shoves it on the inside.
Oh, it forces him wide. Forces him wide. What a move there from Liebenberg. Just goes up the inside, says, right, no, I'm going to come through you. You are messing me around here. I don't want to be behind you when the bike goes down. I'm getting ahead. And that guy, Jesse Bossov, goes through with him. So the two Kawasaki squeezing past the Maui Yamaha. The Yamaha losing out. It was an aggressive move coming from one of our youngest riders out there. So you can see Liebenberg is not scared to throw it in there if he has to.
Hayden Jonas with a couple of little mistakes there. Looking behind him now, he's got Dion Nelson and William Friend now right on his tail. So our championship leader not having it all his own way by any means here at Red Star Raceway. This is not Cape Town, so getting used to it here, but doing an incredible job for the Maui team to qualify on the front row of the grid. But at the moment, outside the podium position and losing vital championship
and
points.
About to lose some more there, Rob. If you look at the way that William Friend is closing, that Suzuki is going to go past him. I think he's got an issue with the tires. I think there's a possibility, like you said, he might be running a little bit too high at a pressure, and maybe now with the slightly hotter conditions, it's affecting the bike's ability to turn, affecting the bike's ability in terms of its handling and its squirt that's available to it. So definitely some big problems here for Jonas as he falls by the wayside. But here comes Bossov. Oh, has a big look at Liebenberg. He's going to try and return the favor. The Silver Dream Racer from MTech Racing is looking for a way through. Can he find a way past? Wrong shoulder to look over Liebenberg. Here I come. Well, it's going to be 3 Kawasaki's and a Suzuki fighting for the final steps of the podium.
Yeah, Blaze doing an incredible job at leading this group. As you can see now, this train has pretty much dropped Hayden Jonas. So whatever kind of problem Jonas has got, they're definitely terminal because he's now losing track with our podium position. You can see him behind there, Jesse Bossov and William Friend right on his tail along with Dion Nelson. So this battle now pretty much down to 4 riders now for the second and third position and the final podium. You can see Hayden Jonas all kinds of out of shape. So not the kind of setup that he would want on that Maui Yamaha. But anything can happen at this race. These 4 riders we know are going to jostle. Malcolm Rudman is going to shove it on the inside, and that is going to allow Hayden Jonas us to straight back into this fight, because Malcolm Rudman, Aiden Liebenberg, and Jesse Boshoff, we've seen them do it down in East London. We saw them do it at Swartkom's Race 1. They will bash bars if they need to.
Yeah, and they're not going to hold back. There's no doubt about it. They're going to give it everything they can here for these last couple of laps. We're down on 5 of 12, so 7 to go. And really nothing in it between the 3 Kawasaki's and that Suzuki of Baker. Baker looks behind him now and will realize, hang on a second, that's my mate. We got 2 Banana Boys, the KwaZulu-Natal racers here in 2nd and 3rd place. Behind them, it is Liebenberg pushing hard. Then you got Boshoff. Boshoff just losing a little bit of a margin, and Liebenberg squeezes through. So Liebenberg just playing around and putting himself between the 2 Banana Boys. The Banana Bike is in there amongst those 2 Banana Boys at the front end.
Yeah, up into 3rd place, looking for another podium position in his first season in Super 600 racing. So this is another incredible ride from Aiden Liebenberg. Oh, Malcolm Rudman with a little bit of a rear wheel twitch there. So maybe just losing a little bit of traction now on those Pirelli tyres as well. Blaze Baker doing a great job. The team, Uncle Andy's, have done a great job to sort that bike out. Still not the kind of pace that we know Blaze Baker can run around Red Star Circuit, but being in 2nd position, that's the best that he could hope for coming into this race. Look at Aiden Liebenberg almost running into the back end of Blaze Baker there, and now unfortunately loses out a little bit of drive there on Malcolm Rudman. Here comes Jesse Boshoff. Hayden Jonas and William Friend still not out of this fight.
No, not yet. And I think William Friend is actually using Jonas to bring him up to the front end battle here. So he's just sitting behind and looking for a chance to just maybe go with that Yamaha. He knows that Jonas is going to push hard. He's not going to give up the fight that easily. And Hayden Jonas, I've seen him down in Cape Town on a few occasions in the Mike Hopkins Racing Series down there, fight hard with 1,000 cc's on a 600 and still beat them. So he's definitely not the kind of guy who will give up without a fight. And the fight is still on here. And particularly... Oh, man, Rudman, what are you thinking? Malcolm Rudman bombs up the inside of Liebenberg. He had to sit that up and Boshoff again. Perfect condition, perfect position, sneaks through.
I could see it happening. Malcolm Rudman got into the right-hander. He got on the drive and he was lining up that move on the inside, not realizing that Aiden Liebenberg was going to take a slightly tighter line. And, oh, man, that was so close to ending, not having a happy ending, put it that way.
Could have been 3 Kawasaki's in the grass, but then you would have seen Chris Pate having a little bit of a chat. What are you doing, boys? Here we go. Down the N12 they go. And on a 600cc machine.
Where's Blaze going?
Blaze Baker going for a slightly different line and different option, but maybe just trying to stay out of trouble.
Yep.
As he heads down onto the breakers now. As they get onto the braking markers at about the probably 75-meter mark, it's down to 4th gear, bang it through, sometimes to 3rd, depending on what you've got in terms of gearing.
Yeah, flat out through here.
And flat through here. Jeez, unbelievable stuff from these youngsters. And really,
Jesse.
Oh, Boshoff! Oh, yes, it's again. Here we go. Rudman and Boshoff go together. Here we go again.
They've done it again.
Ding, ding. Seconds out. Round number 4 here at Red Star.
Malcolm's not going to be happy with that.
No,
because he was looking on for a podium, and Jesse Boshoff just stuck it on the inside, maybe a little bit too late. Again? Oh, man, that's incredible.
Let's have a quick squiz at this replay. Ooh, that was not like a...
And look at Jonas and William Friend now.
Yes, indeed.
Keeping their noses clean, and they're right there.
Well, let's have a quick squeeze at that replay as we head up that short straight. You can see that Boshoff now probably a little bit fired up, maybe a little bit, shaken, but definitely not stirred.
Not stirred.
He's going to come straight back and probably try the same thing. Here's the replay. Heading down into this turn, you can see coming out of this dog phone. No space. Knee on the grass from Boshoff, and bang! I'll use Rudman as the berm.
Oh, man, there was no space there. Jesse Boshoff, maybe with a little bit of aggression going into that turn. We know that Jesse Boshoff's not afraid. That was Kevin Redmond we saw on screen. He's down in 11th. Byron Bester up into 10th. So the fight back from Byron Bester is now very much on. But, that moved Jesse Boshoff out of the seat there now, coming out the left-hander, so losing a little bit of ground. But let's just say that was what word can we use for that move?
Uncharacteristic.
Never.
No, definitely
it was
not.
A hard move from Jesse.
That was a hard one, yeah.
Didn't pay off. A racing incident, I think, but Malcolm Rudman definitely the loser out of that move.
Once again, I think just trying to go later on the brakes as probably possibly could on that Kawasaki.
He saw a gap.
There was a gap
and
there.
We went for it.
It wasn't a gap that you or I would have gone for, but certainly Jesse Boshoff has some different ideas
Malcolm would have gone for it. We saw him go for the same gap earlier.
No, Malcolm would have gone. So,
you can't really hold anything against him. Unfortunately, that's just put an end for now to Malcolm's podium chances. But like we said, it's kept Hayden Jonas and William Friend in the podium hunt.
Yeah, in the mix there. There's no doubt about it. And I think William Friend thinking to himself, you know what, there's a very good possibility of a podium here.
Oh, yes.
Never mind where I'm fighting for right now.
2 Suzukis on the podium?
Hasn't been for a long time.
Stewie Baker will like that.
I think the last time would have been you and your teammate, buddy, if I'm not mistaken, when you were running on the the television sponsored Suzuki. When
Oh,
you got
yeah,
your free
the
TV.
Cinetex. Yeah, the Cinetex, yeah, for
Free
my
TV.
podium.
Yes, exactly. That was the last time we had 2 Suzukis on a podium at
Yep.
national championship level. But here we go. Oh,
Hayden
Jonas is down.
Championship leader.
Championship leader on the Marway Yamaha has crashed out in the dog bone.
That's the left-hander where we saw the incident
Exactly the
from
same
Jesse
spot.
Bossoff.
Oh my goodness, that's huge.
Oh,
huge,
that's
huge. Can
not
he get it
what he
going?
needed.
Looks like he's got it going again. He'll be able to get back on track, but he's going to be way out of it. And
Yeah, he's gone a long way
He's gone
down.
a huge
Where
way
has he
around.
gone? He's lost it going in there, and he's run off track and put it down.
Yeah, not a good move here. So all of a sudden the battle continues.
And Malcolm Rudman, where's Rudman?
Bottom of the dog bone there. and
Rudman's also gone.
Rudman also gone a
Because
little bit
behind
missing.
here, there's
It's
William Friend.
I think there was a possibility of Rudman and Jonas coming together. I
Maybe.
wonder if that's the situation. We didn't quite get the
There's
beginning of
Rudman.
it.
He's
but we got
behind
the end
Dion
of it.
Nelson
Then's
and
Bambino.
Dino, yeah.
Bambino, so he's also possibly run out.
And
There's
Byron.
Byron Bester. Byron Bester making up massive amounts of ground now. He's back into the top 10. He'll probably be in 9th place now after the demise of Hayden Jonas.
Hayden.
And look at Aiden Liebenberg. Dude, every time we look at the screen, somebody's having a big dive.
But this was 6-7 bikes a couple of laps ago. It's now down to 3 with William Friend still in a hunt. So, Blaze Baker on the dirt going into turn 1.
You've done that.
Oh,
I've seen you do that.
I
so
have done that.
It works.
But watching it is a
But
lot different.
I've seen Blaze Baker in the last season run straight across here and up onto the N12. So that's not what he wants to be doing down into that corner. It hasn't been good for him in the past. He's got to try and keep it all together here. This is the battle for second. First place up the road to the tune of 15.5 seconds. Stephen Odendahl still leads this race, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, just to let you know that there is a bike ahead of these guys. It is Stephen Odendahl, bike number 44, and he's going to be benefiting from this because he's missed a round because of his overseas duties. But now with Hayden Jonas, with that mistake, this championship is very much still alive. Blaze Baker, if he also stays on the podium, his name's straight back. And Aiden Liebenberg.
If you look at the way things are going right now, Aiden Liebenberg is the most consistent rider out of everybody in this front pack, other than Hayden Jonas. Hayden Jonas making a mistake like that, or possibly coming together with Rudman. We're not quite sure what happened there, but this could move Aiden Liebenberg way up the standings and possibly up into second or even lead the championship by the end of this round if he keeps this up.
Still sticking there behind Blaze Baker. He's not able to get in the slipstream there. Great ride from William Friend. He's not letting this train of riders for the podium go. He's kept his nose clean. He stayed out of trouble, and he's putting that Suzuki right where Uncle Andy would want him, in a potential podium position. Jesse Bossoff, he's still looking for his first podium in the Super 600s. Came so close at Swartkorps and unable to do it there. This is the time to do it.
I am very concerned about the 2 Kawasaki's in the sandwich of these 2 Suzukis, because the 2 of them are not holding anything back here, and there's already been some banging bars, there's already been some elbows, there's been some plastics rubbed, and if Blaze Baker just keeps his nose clean, he'll be able to keep them out. But
his pace is dropping.
Liebenberg is probably the most dangerous man on track right now. He can see a second place on the podium, and he knows that getting that second place is definitely going to move him up into championship contention. Never mind the most consistent rider, because right now he would have that mantle. The most consistent rider of the season so far has been Liebenberg. He's already taken a few podiums this season, and he's looking for another one here today.
And Blaze, to me, doesn't look 100% comfortable. We're used to seeing him throw that Suzuki around wherever he wants. At the moment, not able to carry fully in angle like you want and struggling to get on the gas. So maybe the electronic problems still not 100% sorted on that bike. Certainly a lot better to be in second place and picking up 20 vital points. But I think if the Kawasaki riders behind him had to get past him, he might have a battle trying to hold on to them. Here we go, Liebenberg on the inside. But Blaze Baker, one thing that he is consistently fast, and he's consistently hard to pass, as Aiden Liebenberg and Jesse Bossoff are finding out. And William Friend still in the mix. I can't say what a great ride this is from William Friend. We haven't seen him up there. And we know that he can run up there. So to see him there, as I say that out of the seat. Okay, I'm not saying anything more. William Friend, great ride. Just stick it up on 2 wheels,
come on,
please.
put it on there. Keep it upright. That's all we want to do. Here they come, onto the short straight. Bossoff trying to close in on Liebenberg. Liebenberg right there. Hayden Jonas down to 14th place right now. I think he might have just come in a pit lane to make sure everything's okay. Not quite sure if we caught that one, but here we go. It is Suzuki versus Kawasaki. 2 of them in the sandwich of the 2 Suzuki Uncle Andy racing machines. William Friend, we're talking about him. He's got a chance of a podium here, and he's about half a second off the back end. But if you look at the lap times, you mentioned the fact that Blaze Baker has been sitting consistently in the 58s. His best has been a 57.8. It's been 58.4s, 58.3s, 58.4s, That was touching tires.
That was touching tires.
Tires touching between the 2 Kawasaki's there. Bossoff giving a little nudge to the front end of that fur core, or the back end, I should say, of that fur core Kawasaki ahead of him. I
It's
think
just
Jesse
the different
Boshoff,
lines.
oh man, we're going to be in for an epic
It's the different
last
lines.
two
Aiden Liebenberg-
laps. We're about to start the last lap.
Aiden Liebenberg gets it thrown in. Jesse Borsov a little bit earlier on the brakes, but he carries so much corner speed. And where he wants to put his Silver Dream Racer, there's a yellow banana. Bike Shop 74, third call construction.
Oh, they touch again. Oh, this is just mind-blowing. Boshoff is all over the back of that Kawasaki and more. That's the second time those tires have touched as they came through. And with 2 to go, it is so tight
it
here.
is on now.
Oh, man.
The gloves are off, literally.
There's no gloves or helmets left, but they are just going to throw everything at this final 2 laps.
How Blaze Baker has stayed at the front of this pack, I don't know. Because he won an incredible job to stay ahead of these guys.
Mental.
Because these guys behind him, if he knew what was going on behind him, he would pull into the pits. Well, I would.
No, there's no doubt there's going to be something big here in this next lap and a half.
Jesse Borsov, there's a podium. His first podium is 1 bike away. 2 bikes away from second. He is going to put that bike where he needs to get on that podium.
And wherever he can do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So keep an eye out on that Silver Dream Racer. He looks back finally, just one more check to see how far back William Friend is.
Yeah, he needs to know
I think
that
he's
he can
got
attack.
enough comfortable margin there to play around. Just a little bit further back from that, you got a battle of note between Dion Nelson, Iotso, and Rudman.
Yeah, Bambino's come up.
Byron Bester back into 9th place.
Great
Currently
ride.
lapping on the 59.3, so getting back into front race lap pace. So we know that he's got the pace. The mistake he made earlier on was costly. He could be in this little battle.
Yeah, he could.
Oh, I don't know if he'd like to be, though.
Yeah, no, looking at this, I don't know. With only a couple of laps left, look at the different lines. Jesse Borsov going for the nice wide sweeping line to get the drive to maybe line up a move on the inside here of Aiden Liebenberg. I don't think he's close enough. And both riders cannot make any impression on Blaze Baker. Look how close Jesse Borsov gets here. He literally touches tires every lap there with Aiden Liebenberg. Again, the different lines. The wide sweeping line from Jesse Borsov trying to get the drive to line up a move on the inside. That is the only way you can pass here at Red Star. You've literally got to line it up.
Oh,
a
wide
couple
line
of
from the
turns,
Suzuki.
He does that every lap, and Aiden Liebenberg tries to stick it on the inside, but is unable to do it. So Blaze Baker, that is what I'm talking about with maybe the tire issues. He's not able to climb in on the front brake, trail braking into the turn. He's got to stand it up a little bit more and turn the bike in there. Here comes Jesse Borsov on the inside.
He's got him.
Yep.
He goes there perfectly this time. He set it up last time and a little bit of a touch,
No,
but here
yeah,
come the two Kawasaki straight back at each other. It's Liebenberg side by side with Borsov down the straight. The N12 highway is now on fire, and it's all about Kawasaki power heading down into turn 4. And Liebenberg can't keep him out. Liebenberg had to go late on the brakes. He couldn't squeeze out that guy. And Jesse Borsov just hangs on. What a ride there from Borsov. He's got the podium position. Can he keep it? Final
lap. This is when it needs to stick. Aiden Liebenberg on the inside, not able to make it stick there. So Jesse Borsov now, he's got his eyes firmly set now on Blaze Baker. So come now through the infield. This is where Jesse Borsov is so fast. You can see he just throws that Kawasaki. It's a great setup on that bike. So whoever set that bike up has done an incredible job. I know Ricky and the guys from MTech Racing have had their hand in helping out Jesse Borsov, and you can see it because at the moment he is the man on track that is going for that second place. Look at this. He's going to square it up. It's Suzuki versus Kawasaki now down the back straight.
Yeah, here we go. Heading up towards us. No problem at all. Heading up towards us. Liebenberg going to try and come back at him. Is he close enough to try and make an outbreaking maneuver? No, he's not. Liebenberg, I think, is going to have to settle for 4th place here.
Now becomes Jesse.
3rd and 2nd is going to heat up. Here comes Jesse Borsov. Borsov trying to find a way through on the Suzuki.
He's going. No, he can't. He can't do it
it's
there.
so close. Here we go. We've got 2 corners to go.
Blaze Baker a little bit wide there on the Suzuki. Here's our leader that we've forgotten about. This is Stephen Windal.
20 seconds up the road.
He's going to
Easy
take a
win.
comfortable win here. There's now stand-up wheelie there from the European Moto2 champ. But the battle for second is what we are waiting to see. We're going to see it in the background there. They're going to come into the final turn at any second now. And will it be Blaze Baker or will it be... Here we go.
Come. Down towards the final turn. Borsov's hanging on for 3rd. He's going to try and keep out Liebenberg. Liebenberg's going to try and squeeze him out. Can he do it? No, he can't. It's going to be a dice. Oh, Baker with a massive move. Baker has a massive moment coming across the line, and Borsov gets it. Borsov gets 3rd place. He is a stoked man. Wow, that is proper good racing there. Baker takes the 2nd place. He had to fight hard to keep the Kawasaki's and his teammate out. He did that. Incredibly how, I have no idea. But an absolutely amazing race there between Borsov and a super run once again from Mr. Consistency there, Aiden Liebenberg. William Friend high fives as he gets a top 5. Best finish for William Friend in Super 600s. And Dion Nelson just ahead of Iotso. Byron Bester eventually in 9th place on the high-tech Kawasaki after making a mistake in the mid-pack. His teammate right behind him. So it's 9 and 10 there for the 2 high-tech element Kawasaki's. Kevin Radman will eventually finish up in 11th place. David Van Lingen will come through there for the 12. Hayden Jonas eventually unlucky number 13 for him. Daniel Nolan in 14th place. Gellick down in 15th. And Brandon Staffen in 16th place. But wow, What a dice.
Greg.
I don't even know what the podium's going to be like, but
Greg.
one thing I'm going to try and find out, I'm going to try and find Malcolm Rodman and have a chat to him quickly. But I'm going to head down to the podium.
Yeah, Greg's going to go catch up with our top 3 riders there, so make sure you get down to the podium there and see our top 3 riders, which will be Stephen Odendaal in first position, Blaze Baker in second, and Jesse Borshoff, first time on the steered Super GP podium.
Just before we go to replays, just a reminder to everybody to head down to the 250 pre-race. There is the replay, and Rob will take you through it.
It was all about Stephen Odendaal at the start. Blaze Baker from the second row of the grid up into second. Hayden Jonas with the elbows out. And here comes Malcolm Rudman on the inside of Byron Bester, who didn't get the start he would have wanted from the front row of the grid. This battle was between 7-8 bikes for the podium. It was Blaze Baker, Hayden Jonas, Malcolm Rudman putting his Kawasaki exactly where he wanted it on the inside there of Aiden Liebenberg up into 4th position. Behind them, here we go once again. Look at Malcolm Rudman, bike number 82. On the inside of Hayden Jonas, who wasn't having the race all his own way. He wasn't having it my way at all. Aiden Liebenberg, he was in the slipstream now, and he was trying to make the move. Back came Hayden Jonas, but Malcolm Rudman was not willing to let that position go. Up into 3rd place, just behind his good mate, Blaze Baker on the Suzuki in 2nd place. This was the move. Aiden Liebenberg on the inside, forcing Hayden Jonas wide, and Jesse Borshoff taking full advantage on the inside, and that allowed William Friend and Dion Nelson to come through. Look at that. Pirelli tires touching there from Jesse Borshoff and Malcolm Rudman, who stuck it on the inside of Aiden Liebenberg, going into one of the final turns. Up into 3rd place once again was Malcolm Rudman. Aiden Liebenberg being bashed around just a little bit, but he would get his own back a little bit later. This was the big move of the race. Jesse Borshoff on the inside of Malcolm Rudman. There was no room, and unfortunately put Malcolm Rudman into the felt and out of contention for the podium. Then the second big news of the race, championship leader, My Way sponsored, bike number 58, Hayden Jonas on the deck in the same left-hander that big incident just happened. So out of the race, down into 14th place, only 2 points for our championship leader. Look at this, Blaze Baker a little bit wide into the final turn, Aiden Liebenberg not able to make it stick. But this was the battle for the final podium. 2nd, 3rd and 4th, as close as that on track. This is where Jesse Borshoff made it on the inside, going into the first section of the track and down the back straight. Aiden Liebenberg would do everything in his power to try and fight back. But down the back straight, it was all about who was going to break the latest, and it was Jesse Borshoff just able to cut across the nose of the Shop 74 Fur Core Construction Aiden Liebenberg Kawasaki machine there. Blaze Baker in second, stand-up wheelie there from Stephen Odendaal. Another vital 25 points for him, but the battle for second place literally went down to the final turn. It was then Blaze Baker who picked up second, with Jesse Borshoff just ahead of him. So Greg Maloney is down at your podium with our top 3. Make your way down there and congratulate our top 3 superstars here in the first race of the Super 600s.
Rob, very emotional stuff down here in the podium area. I can tell you something, there's some fired up riders. We spoke about them being fired up in terms of how things are going to go for this first race in Super 600s. Didn't expect anybody to run with Pooch. He got away and eventually finished up about 20 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. But what a battle for second place. 3 Kawasaki's, 4 Kawasaki's at one point, 2 Suzuki's. There was a Triumph involved there as well. At one point we had a Yamaha of Dion Nelson fighting hard too, but eventually the top 3 ended up like this. In 3rd place, riding on the Silver Dream Racer. It's his first podium in Super 600. He's going to be probably the most ecstatic man on this podium. He looks just like that guy that races in the Isle of Man. That's why he's got the nickname, that guy. Let's hear it for Jesse Borshoff, ladies and gents. There he is, probably the most stoked man, as I said. Eventually trying to find some way to get some SBK eyewear and T-shirts on there. Nice, podium award there from the SBK eyewear boys as well. Nice job here from Blaze Baker, keeping the rest of the field at bay. And second place for Uncle Andy's Racing. Let's hear it for Blaze. No one could catch him. The Petro Racing Yamaha is untouchable by the looks of things here today at Red Star Raceway. A phenomenal effort from Pooch. Let's get him up once again onto the top step of the podium. Stephen Odendaal. Third place from Gas Sports. Temba will hand out the third place trophy there to Jesse Borshoff. That's one he's been looking forward to for a long, long time. Second place is going to be given out by Mr. Tim Cook from Gas Sports as well. And Chris Shelby will be handing out first place there to Stephen Odendaal. Let's make some noise for your podium, ladies and gents. They fought hard for it out there. There's no doubt about it. Let's go and have a quick chat to our top three, starting with third place. That guy. Well, dude, it's been a long time asking. You've been working hard at it. And the team put in an awesome effort. Looks like those sexy race shirts have definitely paid off. And eventually, you get to wear them on the podium.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's been hard work. We've taken a long time to get here, baby steps. And I couldn't have done it without the help of my family, my mom, dad, and then the little pit crew that we've got. Everybody that's helped us, all the donations and sponsors, Phoenix Payroll, Go Fast Parts, ST Suspension Tech. Thank you to Cole Schultz for lending me the shock from ASAP World. It's helped, and yeah, I put in everything and try to be smooth. The guys were losing grip, and I thought last 2 laps I got to do something. I can't sit in fifth the whole time. So yeah, sorry to Malcolm, we had a bit of a touching there, but it's racing. At least we didn't go down.
This time it didn't go down, but last time it got real. But I think it's going to get real again. Expect some retribution, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. Malcolm's a tough guy to beat, so I had to put one in there. Unfortunately, I hope he's okay. And then, yeah, second race, the guys are going to be hunting. And I saw William chasing us as well, so well done to him as a rookie rider. So, yeah, everybody that's raced, it's been a good day. Let's hope second heat can be better. We start in third, so let's do it.
Good job. Well done, buddy. Bossoff's fired, as you can see. Where did our second place man go there? Mr. Baker, would you mind stepping into my office, sir? That'd be really cool of you, bud. Yeah, I'll put those sexy shades on so you look the part. But, dude, I got to say, probably the hardest race you've ever had to race in, that's for sure, because it wasn't only a fact that you were sitting in second place and trying to find a way to close in on Pooch out front, but you had 7 riders on your tail.
You know, to be honest, I did not know how many people there were. I saw Aiden behind me at a stage, I saw Hayden, and then I saw Jesse, and I was just like, okay, there's a big group behind me. I didn't see on my board any group, so I thought, let me just ride as hard as I can through the fast stuff and as defensive as possible where I felt slow. And it looked like it paid off. So, you know, thank you to my team, you know, Doug, Daryl, Alan, Uncle Andy, everyone, you know, they've honestly put so much work into this bike over the last couple of hours before the race, end of yesterday. And it's looks to be back. We're looking to be back more and more on the podium now.
There's no doubt about it. When you look at your lap board next time, you see +7. It's not seconds, okay? It's riders. So just take that into account. Well done for second place. We'll see you later on, hopefully. Pooch, where you get to? Coming up here for another victory. Some international duties kept you away last time, but if you look at the conditions we played around with, it wasn't easy. You had to come out of a very tricky race at Swartkops, and this is the way to come into Red Star with a dominant ride on the Petro Racing Yamaha.
Yeah, no, we had a good race. I must admit I was quite jealous of the battle back there. I was looking in the corner of my eye and thinking, I'd like to be there, but you know that I'm leaving for overseas next week, so I don't want to mess around too much and just put the hammer down. We had 1 or 2 problems with a grip issue, but I think everyone was suffering with grip issues. But my team's put a fantastic bike together for me, and I just want to say thank you very much to the team, and also thanks for all the supporters coming out here today.
Brilliant stuff. We'll hope to see Pooch a little bit later on as well. That Super 600 is done and dusted. Back to Rob.
All this insane Super 600 to SuperGP action was brought to you by